I'm Emily Barger.
And we're representing the Love Akron Network. We decided to do a Love 'em tour.
Get it? Love M.
So, we are going around to different organizations because the purpose of Love Akron Network is to unite, collaborate, and pray. So we decided we wanted to unite, collaborate, and pray for other organizations in our community. So with that, we decided to choose the Upper Room today as our feature. And Emily's going to tell you a little bit more about the Upper Room House of Prayer.
Okay, so the Upper Room House of Prayer is a worship event that takes place every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m. And it's located just behind Akron First Assembly Church in the Manor Mansion. So this mansion is owned by Akron First Assembly, and we are going to be interviewing Ryan Jarvis and Monica Jarvis, and they are the lead worship pastors here at Akron First Assembly, and they are the ones who are behind the mission and vision of the Upper Room. I'm here with Ryan Jarvis, worship leader at Akron First Assembly right here on Market Street in West Akron, and he's going to talk to us about Akron's best kept worship secret called the Upper Room. So Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what is the Upper Room?
Our local house of prayer, I guess is what you could call it, where we really felt like the Lord wanted us to open up a space for us to have long periods of time of unified prayer, worship, and intercession. So we're contacting churches and worship leaders and stuff, and they're coming and they're joining us on Saturday nights right now for about 2 to 3 hours of prayer and worship. Okay. And so we're making sure we get some good time of intercession together and not separately in our individual church bodies, you know.
Okay, so talk to me about the location of Upper Room.
So the location we are in right now, the Akron First Assembly Manor House. It's the mansion that's located right behind our church building on West Market Street. We've had this building for about a year and a half now. It was owned by a couple different businesses before we were able to get our hands on it. The church had it originally and they sold it. And through some works of the Lord, we were able to get it back for a pretty decent price. And so now we've got, YWAM is based out of here. Our church offices are here, and then as well as having the prayer room upstairs for the Upper Room.
And we are here with Miss Monica Jarvis. Well, tell me, what is the Upper Room?
The Upper Room House of Prayer is a place where across the city of Akron, and really Northeast Ohio, Canton, Cleveland, Youngstown, we are inviting churches to come and unite through prayer and worship in a central place where everybody can come to. And it's really designed to be a reflection of the body, to bring people into the presence of God, cross-denomination, cross ethnicity, just to unite by our love for Jesus.
Okay.
And can you talk to us a little bit about the focus for prayer during each Saturday night session?
Yeah, so the focus changes weekly. So sometimes, we're praying for the unification of the body of Christ. Sometimes we're praying for revival in America. Sometimes we're praying for the ending of abortion. Sometimes we're praying for government. It really depends on what the Lord puts on our hearts. Some days it's just worship, and it's just a time of where people can come together and worship Jesus together.
Okay. So what is the overall vision for Upper Room? Like, where do you see it going in the future?
So that's a tricky question, because one of the things that with starting the Upper Room House of Prayer, it was one of those things where the Lord kind of was like, hey, I want you to start a house of prayer. And I was like, okay, so what does that look like? And he goes, I just want you to start a house of prayer. Open a space for the church to come and pray. And I haven't really questioned it a whole lot beyond that. Between me and my wife, we've been doing a lot of prayer, and I'm seeking the Lord to see where it's supposed to go. And personally, I would love to see it go to a thing of where we have, a consistent 72 hours of prayer and worship throughout the week, as well as having evangelism teams that go forth from that. And so we're already starting to kind of see some people come and get built up to go out into the streets and do some evangelism and stuff like that. Our good friend Bob from Gateway, he's been coming most weeks, and he's taken people out and kind of guiding some people and going out in the streets. And so we're hearing some cool testimonies from that. But our heart and our vision would really be to see that happen on a daily basis, because we believe the church is supposed to be meeting every single day together, and that's where we're going to really see a move of God happen, is through daily prayer.
Definitely, prayer is always appreciated. Some things that we are praying and asking the Lord is that there would be breaking down of walls and barriers between churches, that the Lord would break down walls and barriers, especially across denominations, that we'd really be united by our love for Jesus, and that we would grow in our ability to pray and worship through the week, through the day. We're hoping to eventually run 24 hours a day and 7 days a week, and that takes a lot more manpower than 2 people, leading worship the whole time. So having more and more people who are joining up with the team and willing to be a part, we're asking the Lord to build his house and send those people who have the heart for that.
Okay. And how can the community be a resource for you?
Well, there are some basic needs that would be really helpful. We are not yet a 501c3. We're in the process of becoming a 501c3. So where financial donations are appreciated, what we would really prefer are some of the basic necessities of maintaining the space. So things like Kleenex and trash bags, basic cleaning supplies. We have art, intercession through art that's going on every single week. So even art supplies like paints and paintbrushes, modeling clay, canvas, easels to set canvas on, things like that would be great ways that we could be supported by the community.
Okay, and what ways are you collaborating with the community and the different churches in the area?
So between myself and my husband, Ryan Jarvis, we're making a lot of connections with different pastors, different worship leaders, different ministry leaders and prayer leaders, and even just members of church congregations who are passionate about prayer and worship. And we're building those connections and then inviting them to come and lead worship and lead prayer and bring others with them. And then once that's done, there's evangelism that's being released after, so that we're releasing the kingdom of heaven in word and in action. So we have people that are going out and telling people about Jesus afterwards. So the more people that are coming and that respond to that, the more the church is united, the more the bride is united. And so we're doing that by, phone calls, emails, inviting others to come that we know, just invite culture, pushing that a lot.
All right, so what is your grand vision for, the best upper room that you see?
2 parts. 1, 24/7 prayer and worship going forth before the Lord. Worship leaders and prayer leaders constantly at the feet of Jesus, just praying and interceding. And the second part, that the body of Christ would be whole, that it would be united because of our love for Jesus and because of what Jesus has done for us, and that there wouldn't be division within the bride, that there would be unity. Unity is God's heart. It was what Jesus prayed. John chapter 17, Father, let them be one as we are one. That's the heart and the vision of the upper room, that the body would be united and that we would be one just as God the Father is one with the Son, and that it would be going forth 24/7.
And what do you think Akron has as its biggest need that we all can be on one accord with trying to make it better with?
The love of Jesus. The love of Jesus, and really understanding what that means in how we see ourselves and in how we see others, and letting the Lord change us and transform us. And that happens in his presence. And so the upper room is providing that space for people to come and be transformed by the love of Jesus, by the presence of Jesus, so that the bride can walk the way that God designed them to and operate the way God's heart is for them to operate.
Well, thank you so much. We are in prayer that you're able to get all of the supplies that you need for your organization. And we will also provide you some information on how you guys can get involved with Upper Room House of Prayer.
Got it.
So we want to ask you to join us in praying for the different organizations that we highlight. If you find an organization that you would like to get involved with, look at the different details that we'll list, so then that way you can also be a resource for them. But mainly just being another source of prayer for the different organizations in our community that we can highlight and be a blessing to.
And if you know of an organization or you're part of an organization that you want featured on the Love Akron tour, you can contact the Love Akron office or go to the Love Akron Facebook page and private message them, and we'd love to come out and highlight and feature your organization.
So our hashtag is Love Your City to Life, and we are going to do that with our Love 'em tour. Be blessed.